All right. Okay, so this would be session 2 of On the Shores of Mystery. So we've been off for a couple weeks. I am recording. Yes. Yeah.
Good.
You can.
I've got into this habit now of like, is Jay recording? Because sometimes.
Yeah, typically, like, yeah. If once I start like kind of doing a little welcome spiel, it's usually a good indicator that that we are off and rolling.
Sweet.
But yes. So this is session 2. Previously, on the Shores of Mystery, which we haven't even got to the shores yet, so it's really kind of a word of in anticipation of the shores. You guys, well, some of you booked passage to a place about 500 miles south called Wesken, aboard the Sea Lion. The Sea Lion, a ship which is captained by a large minotaur by the name of Agomag.
Could you spell that for me, please?
A-G-O-M-A-G.
A-G-O-M for Michael?
Yes.
Brilliant. Oh,
Agomag.
So off.
So.
I was so close, not
and
so off.
I avoid all sorts of bizarre vowel conjunctions and apostrophes and all of my fantasy names because I value you as players. So,
almost said you said I value you as pets.
No,
I don't know why.
No. I have one of those, and that's more than enough. So yeah, you guys, well, you know, 2 of you at least, had a bargain to get some coin knocked off your fare by helping out an individual, an Asimar by the name of Urin Chapel. You swam into a cove and killed some bunyips. And
how do you spell that, please?
What, bunyip? Or Urin Chapel?
Oh, bunyip, please.
Bunyip, B-U-N-Y-I-P.
B-U-N-Y-I-P.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
And
these were all question marks I had down in my little diary, so this is perfect. Thank you.
Fair enough. Yes, but you cleared out the cove where the shrine was, and Urin pulls out a couple of candles and sort of places them around the shrine and sort of lights them and performs a little ritual at the shrine and whatnot. And none of you speak Celestial, so all you really sort of hear is him speaking in his in this very sort of melodic, almost singing musical language. And yes, there's a feeling of calm and peace that fills the cove as this blessing takes place.
Oh, good, because I just remembered my attempt at spellcasting last time.
Oh yeah, the entanglement.
The creatures.
Yeah, that was a thing.
Yeah. But it just seems to fit in so well with my characters, so I'm rolling.
No, that was fine. So anyway, you guys, yeah, it seems to be the blessing has been all wrapped up, and
awesome.
And so,
you mentioned the last time.
Yes.
That those bunyips were not natural.
Bunyips in general are not natural creatures. No.
Would Baru know that?
Knowledge nature.
Okay. What happened?
Bunyips are definitely not natural creatures. Baru knows.
Okay.
Does anyone have Arcana?
Maybe.
No.
Skills. I got them skills. Knowledge.
I feel like I'm back at square one. I've got no idea what I'm doing.
That's all right.
Are you kidding?
No.
Look,
I got like,
look.
more or less like
They're
skills.
It's kind of funny because it's actually not bad. So 22 being from a desert home and not really having traveled much previous to this, hasn't really had any experience with aquatic life in general. But he has heard, well, not has heard, but studying the corpses of the creatures afterwards, he's pretty convinced that they are magical beasts. And
Yes, I'm pretty convinced they are magical beasts.
yes,
Could I go and have a look at them, please?
sure.
With knowledge nature.
Yeah, and to kind of like just kind of like kind of throw out like it's that being a magical beast doesn't mean that like it was summoned or something like that. Like owlbears are a magical beast. Displacer beasts are magical beasts. These are just things that are out in the wild that have been influenced by magic in some way to be unnatural. Yeah. They look vaguely similar to some sort of mix between a shark and a sea lion, or a seal
Okay.
rather. So yeah, they're a bit freaky, and nature didn't put this together.
Can tell they. Okay, so they're like combined of two different creatures.
Well, it looks like a mix. That doesn't mean it is, but perhaps
Okay.
perhaps a long time ago there was a wizard that decided to mix the two. But it's also equally likely that some sort of other magical event occurred. It's not unnatural. Like it's not uncommon or unheard of that just raw magic energy uncontrolled just happens sometimes. It's kind of like a thunderstorm, only it's a magic storm.
Only. Okay.
I'm no longer
Cool,
panicked, right?
No, you're fine.
We're all good.
Yeah, you're
I'm-
all fine.
I'm gonna go up. Well, not go up to, but I'm gonna ask the what's his name?
Urin?
The Azamar.
Yes.
I'm gonna ask him. Do you know how these animals got you?
They likely swam in. They're not that
Is he telling the
uncommon.
truth?
Sense motive.
I already know I don't trust him. So
I know. I mean, it seems plausible. It doesn't seem like, he's hadn't necessarily had any other like foreknowledge of them being there or something like that. But
okay.
Oh my goodness.
creatures like this do tend to take up residence in, this sort of environment. So it was sort of a good bet on my part that there would be something here. I appreciate that you were all here to take care of that. Actually, it would have been very unfortunate if
And
I was
also
here by
that
myself.
giant fireball.
What's that, Verona?
Guys, what is this blue thingamajig here in the corner here?
I think that's the altar.
Yes.
I'm coming. I'm coming.
But
There we
what if-
go.
But what if they have some type of magic user that can, I don't know, bring them through the altar here?
I suppose
just an
that's
altar.
something likely, but it's just an altar. I mean, there is, significance to it, of course. It has been consecrated to the sea, but yeah, it's not really much other than that, I would think.
Okay.
Cool.
And certainly before a
meanwhile-
journey, we would not want to dismantle such an object.
Meanwhile, B is sketching.
Yes, lest the sea be angry upon our journey for wrecking its altar.
Yeah.
Well, I've completed all I needed to do here. Are you all ready to leave? Or would you like to take a look around a little bit longer?
Do the bunyips have anything useful? In terms of like hide,
Oh,
Tusks.
poisonous glands.
they are not venomous. But yeah, their hide is fairly thick. It's not like super thick. It's it's kind of a thicker, blubbery kind of hide. So it's probably
I
not any
checked
more
the area
valuable than
for
regular leather. Honestly, what was that? 22?
I checked the area for valuables.
You don't really find any around the room.
Disappointing.
Well,
Disappointed. I'm gonna take the time.
Okay.
How long would it take to skin them?
No!
Sorry, what was that?
Sorry, I heard skin and I was like, no.
Oh,
Uh,
that's too funny.
anyway, I finished my my sketch.
What are the
I can
various?
stew with that
Oh, yeah, well,
skinning of the bunyip.
I'll wait for B to finish your sketch before doing anything.
Thank you. And then I'm just gonna turn away and
Hello, Shay.
Weep.
yeah.
Hey, we.
I'm here.
Welcome here.
So when is the Bible study starting?
Like 2 hours ago.
Yeah.
We should change the name again.
Why is
Meanwhile,
like
back to the skinning of this creature.
why is like skinning creatures like not listed in the uses for this skill? This is clearly the skill you use for it.
Change the name.
Cool. We changed the name.
There we go. Anyway, yeah, it would. I don't know how long it would. It would probably mean half an hour, maybe.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay.
That's bunyip hide.
Yeah, you do a fairly decent job. Skinning, you have a couple pounds of leather to work with, basically, at this point. So. And yeah, so with that, you're pretty much able to swim back to shore. It's not too difficult.
Wasn't Baru originally the one who had trouble swimming?
Yes.
There, yeah.
And now
there
you
were-
want to swim with extra weight.
I rolled a 1.
Yes. But you're fine. You come back, and you notice that the day has been getting on. It's probably after dinner time, at the very least, and you know that the sea lion is probably going to be ready to set sail on the morrow. So some of you may want to actually go make arrangements at this point.
That would be a good idea.
Oh, let me update my diary.
Well, Viper, I think we have already made our arrangements. It's just a matter of paying the good man.
Yes. I think we should go speak to him, tell him the deed's done, and, you know, maybe see if we can find some dinner.
Yes. Food is very, very important to make sure brain function continues.
Yes. Okay, let's go.
Also, side note, can I put Odin away, please?
Yeah. Let me just scoop you onto this
I'll
map
be right
instead.
Be the host.
Yeah. Yes. And it's always well.
And there's a well. And there was a well.
There was one. Nobody was near it, so it's just like Overwatch.
Boop.
Yes. Yeah.
Where oh, there we go. Kianos. Why is that not in bold? Ah. We made our way back to. There we go. I
While we
just
do that,
quickly
grab more
googled a
water.
bunyip. No, not alive.
Let's move this. Oops.
I have acquired the water.
Good, good, good.
Hooray. Um,
Aggressive typing.
just having a conversation about Loki and his.
Hey, I'm back. Sorry about that.
his
Welcome
being-
back.
Oh,
Hello back, I'm dead.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
go build more trains.
Actually, at some point this weekend, I do want to build a train in Minecraft.
Oh, very nice.
And by train, I mean just connecting.
Minecart, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, okay, so, where are you off to?
To see the wizard.
Alright, which wizard were you looking for exactly? So far you've met a ship captain, an oracle who's probably still standing next to you, and a drunken dwarven smith.
Oh yes.
Oh no, I forgot about him. But he's cool.
I'm gonna. Is the Oracle heading anywhere? Back to the captain?
Probably, yeah. Probably headed back to the ship, honestly. So.
I'm just gonna follow with him.
Alright.
And I'll probably
Are you like walking with
say-
him, or are you just creepily like 12 paces back?
No, I'm walking with him. But
Okay.
I'll before that I'll say to B, I'll just say if we want to get on that ship, we'll probably have to follow him.
Okay. I'm
Right.
like walking along and trying to finish off my sketch.
Okay, so
Yes, Viper, we should probably go ahead and get our actual tickets and at the discount that we were able to acquire.
Yes, I agree. But we should definitely walk a few paces behind the little short girl. I don't trust her. She's too happy.
So I very
Ah.
quickly Googled Bunyip,
yes.
and this is probably not accurate to what it looks like, but I feel like this is how B would have drawn it.
Okay.
I'll post it.
Hang
in
on, let me-
Pathfinder.
Aw.
Oh, that is adorable. Yeah.
Yeah, so I've added that to my little
Oh.
diary.
That might be a baby
And that's
bunyip,
why I don't-
honestly, but
No, that's why I don't trust her.
she just makes everything cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I'm just imagining B drawing everything in like just a cutesy chibi anime style.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bug eyes and everything. Yeah.
Yeah. So okay. So I'm gonna toddle after
Okay.
Baru with my head in a book.
Very well. So you head off down toward the docks, where you find the sea lion. Within just a few brief conversations, Captain Agamog is at your disposal. Ah, so you've done your task then, Chapel. Yes, it was not too difficult, thanks to the assistance of those you sent me. So if you had any arrangements, then certainly I'm to confirm that everything is on the up and up. Good. All right then. He pulls his book back out of his jacket. It's a fairly large book, and he's got this little piece of charcoal. And he's like, well, that was a bit more than the 2 I sent to you, but the offer stands, so if any of you are going to Wesken and would like to travel upon the sea lion, then it's 15 gold ahead.
Oh, 15 gold.
I'll just wordlessly take out the 15 gold and hand it to him.
Appreciated. Name, please.
Aru.
He puts down Baru, or at least he scribbles something. Maybe he misspelled it. No, you're not looking at it. So, what's 1?
15 gold pieces. Here you go.
It's
I
reached
can't
down
write.
quite a bit.
I tug on his sleeve of his outfit, like, hi, I'd like to come, please.
Ah, Gnome. Very good. Yes, and name, please.
My name's B.
B. Got it.
B. Thistlewick,
All right. Thank you very much.
I think. Yes, B. Thistlewick.
That'll work.
I changed my name before we started. I
Oh,
think
okay.
originally it was like something else, but I kept calling her B. Thistlewick, so I went with Thistlewick. So yeah.
That's generally the best way of doing it.
It was Thistle Stitch, but every time I went to
Oh.
write it down,
No, that's
it
too
came
hard.
up like my because I did one of those like random name generators.
Yeah.
So every time I went to write down Thistle Stitch, my brain would interpret it as Thistlewick. So I was like, well, there you go.
Just
That
leave
is my
it,
name
yeah.
now. Yeah,
Alright,
it
very
sounds
good.
cool. So
Hmm. And you two, the sort of serpenty person and the little rat man. I never got your
Yes.
names.
Yes. Oh, right.
Mhm.
Quite. Name.
Yes.
You see about that. Our name.
I just need something to put down in the book. I really don't care if it's real.
Cobblepot. It's Cobblepot.
All right.
Cobblepot.
All
yes.
right. Cobblepot. Fantastic. Okay. You, ma'am?
V.
V. Perfect. All right. Well, we should be leaving early in the morning, so we'll make sure everyone's aboard, of course. But if it goes on too late, well, there's not much we can do about that. And
Yes, indeed.
it's just so you're aware. We also don't have like very fancy accommodations. She's not really kitted out for
Right.
passengers, and we have quite a few. So most of you will just kind of be in the cargo hold.
I mean,
Yes.
I'm sure I can find a corner I can just curl up in with a good book.
Yes,
Well, cramped spaces are nothing new for me, so
I suppose not.
I do not mind.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry too much
How would you
about.
know that?
You're right. You're like one of those little rat folk people. Don't you all live like all piled up on top of each other?
Yeah, yes, of course, that is what you meant.
Yeah.
You know nothing of my background
Well,
or anything. So,
no.
continuing, yes.
Well, I mean, come on, Matt. Like, stereotypes are a thing for a reason, right?
I'll tell you. Okay, I'll tell you.
Uh.
So rat buddy over here
Uh-huh.
slept with his best friend's wife and
He
killed
holds up a hand.
their kid.
It's really none of my business.
Take it or leave it.
Hard
to you.
leave. Hard leave.
I'm gonna look over to Verona and say, "Would you mind showing us to the cabins, please?"
Of course. Follow me.
Right.
Just sort of follow after her.
The captain kind of shuts the book and slips it back into his jacket and heads off back toward the his quarters. Yeah. So anybody who is sort of following Verona into the ship?
Yes,
Hi,
me.
Verona.
I've thought that
Sorry.
every single time, but I've kept shut on it. So, but yes. So you head below decks, and sure enough, to the captain's word, she shows you down into the lowest deck, down onto to where all the cargo would be, and there's not a lot of actual cargo. There is a decent amount of crates, and they're all secured with ropes. So they don't slide around or anything like that in case the sea gets rough or whatever. And there's a lot of people. It's not filled up yet, but there's a bunch of people who are already sort of in here, and it's essentially one giant common room, and you can see there's already people who've staked out their little claims. So they've got like little blankets sort of laid down, in preparation for the journey.
Anyone looks suspicious?
Of course.
Did you say we can do preparation before?
Sorry, was that Zeus?
You said we could. So we're in a preparation mode right now.
Yeah, we're basically the ship is going to be leaving in the morning.
Oh. Okay. Well, I pop down into a corner and I pull out the owl that for some reason no one has asked about yet, and tinker tinker on it to change its attributes.
Okay.
So that's what I'm doing right now
Oh,
before bed.
BKB.
And I'll walk over to where
Well, did anybody else?
22 is and just take a seat there and
Okay.
just lean back and close my eyes.
Okay. So everyone's just kind of just getting ready to bed down for the night, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna park near there and just watch 22 tinkering on his owl.
Okay. Does 22 notice, or if he does he say anything about it?
I kind of like, well, I mean, should I do like I notice, like roll for if I notice?
It's up to you. This is a pretty.
Okay.
Maru is not hiding the fact that he's doing this, so.
Yeah. So I mean, I notice. I look over. I kind of like give him a look. I mean, I've already used him in the battle, so I'm just looking at him and I just kind of stare, wait for him to say anything. If he doesn't, I just go back to tinkering.
I'm not saying anything. I'm just staring at the owl.
Okay, so I look down. I look back up. He goes, "Do you have anything to say, Mr. Boo?"
No.
At that point, I'm opening my one eye and I'm just like, okay, I want to see this unfold.
Well, you don't seem to be one very talkative now, are you? But you have a great night, Mr. Boo. I am just going to, and I scoot a little closer, turning a little more toward the corner with the owl and just looking back, being like, "What is his deal?"
My gaze doesn't break at all. It's just straight at the owl.
I feel the piercing gaze from behind me as I continue to tinker on Odin.
Okay then. So yeah, if no one else is doing, I guess we can just we can move on. Okay. So in the morning, final preparation is made. The last of the straggling passengers come aboard, and we get underway. Yeah, so the sea lion drifts out away from the dock at first. It slowly makes its way out of the harbor, and as it does, the sails fully unfurl, wind fills them, and you're off. Making pretty good time, actually. A few hours into the journey, Captain Agamog will call Verona over. Verona, can you give Nandini a hand in the galley? She's probably going to be pretty overwhelmed with how many people we're having to feed on this trip here.
Of course, sir.
Thank you very much. Sorry, what was that? What'd you say?
I thought I heard her go doo doo doo.
No, she said she was just agreeing to go. Yeah, so you head on down to the galley. The rest of you, are you doing anything in particular? Don't you notice her, Verona, on the way to do her thing and like want to join up with her or whatever? Like.
Yes, I do. But before that, I nudge 22 and I say to him, I know we're not first class, but there has to be some snacks somewhere. I'm gonna go and speak to my friend Verona over there. She seems like she's, got something on her to-do list. Maybe I'll get us some peanuts. You want some peanuts?
Peanuts, yes, actually, quite. If they do have any of those, I would be happy to partake in some peanuts.
Great. Just stay here, don't get killed, and I'll see you in a bit.
Quite, indeed.
Slowly get up and stretch before walking forward.
Very well. Obviously, anybody who wishes to be, you're perfectly allowed to move about the ship. You're not trapped in the cargo hold for the entire journey. So if you'd like to be on deck at any point, that's fine.
What are the rooms that we can be in?
Basically, you've got below decks,
I am.
above decks, and that's kind of, and then the galley is definitely a thing, but
The areas where there's no staff only signs.
it's a very simple ship, honestly. It's a pretty typical sort of cargo vessel, where there's not really a lot to it. It's just a lot of space and a lot of ability to kind of shove stuff in it and float around, basically. So
Okay.
I would like to head up onto the deck and find a box of crates that I can scramble up and sit on top of, because I can imagine that being just on the deck, there's not really much I can see, and I'd like to watch the ocean.
okay.
I would like to go ahead and declare that since I've worked on Odin, he now has for this. He has dark vision 120 feet, so he's pretty much acting as a sentry also for me.
Cool. Yep, super neat. Okay. Yeah. So Verona and Viper make their way to the galley. In the galley, you'll notice that there's a huge mix of smells. Many spices are used very frequently in this kitchen. And there is an Ifrit woman with, sort of fiery long hair, dark skin, who is just sort of cheerfully already sort of chopping up a whole bunch of vegetables. There's a massive mound already, and she's still got like a whole bunch more to get through. There's also a little potted ficus in one of the windows. She notices you sort of come in, and she says, Verona, welcome. What do you need? Are you hungry?
Captain asked me to come and help you.
Oh, very good, very good. Well, there is a lot to do. So, would you mind chopping vegetables? That would be super helpful.
Okay.
Excellent, thank you very much. And you, ma'am, are you in need of something?
Yes, I would like some peanuts. And if you have nut-free peanuts, I would like to give my boss some options.
I see. Peanuts. Let us see. All right, let's see.
Not free peanut.
Oh, that's not the number for it.
It's called ice.
Oh, I'm afraid we don't have any peanuts on board.
Well,
we have peas.
I mean, if he's got an allergy, he's dead. So
we have
either way,
peas.
I'm still getting paid. So
there's lots of peas. They're nothing like peanuts, but they have the word pea in it.
No, it's. I'll just take the nuts.
Okay. Well, let us see. Oh, yes, we have almonds.
Oh, are those nut free?
No, they're very much not nut free. You asked for nuts.
Okay.
I can give you a cup full of nut-free nuts. She hands you just a cup.
Great, thanks.
You're very welcome.
I take the cup and I take the nuts. Anything to drink? Fresh water, maybe?
Ah, yes. We do have that fresh water, of course. She gets
Yes,
you.
no ice.
No.
Oh,
No.
Okay.
Sadly, we have no wizard on board to do such things.
My apologies. Like, I need to keep reminding myself it's not first class.
No, it is all right. But yes, now, if you don't mind, I will make sure you get your water and your cup of nut-free nuts, and we'll be able to hopefully get the stew going for tonight.
Thank you.
Do you have any spice preferences, perhaps? I need to go off of someone. There's so many people on board. So many people to cook for.
Just all the chili you got.
That's a great idea. Yes, we'll do that.
If you can't handle the heat, they must stay out of the kitchen.
You know, the one of the greatest sayings of my homeland. I see. Yes.
Yeah.
Very good.
And then I do like a little bow, and then I take my nuts in my nut
Uh-huh.
fruit cup.
Okay.
And I walk off. Thanks, mate.
You're very welcome. Verona, can you give me a wisdom roll, please? This is for chopping vegetables.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
We'll see how well you chop vegetables.
I can see it already. I'm gonna like chew into my stew and be like, "What is this?" And be like, "Verona, I think I found your finger."
Are you able to find the wisdom, Verona? Nat? So it should be on the core page. It's on the front page of the character sheet.
Give me a minute, please.
You're all right. You're all right. We'll come back to the chopping. So yeah.
She's putting on her apron.
Baru, what are you up to? Oh no!
I knew it! I knew it! I knew it!
I chopped my finger.
You do not chop your finger. You do not chop your. You might cut. Okay, you might cut your hand a little bit, but you don't actually cut a finger a whole off. Yeah, Lundini will make sure you get your finger bandaged up and whatnot. And quite a few of the vegetables are not like very neatly chopped up, but at least they're cut into pieces that can be chewed. So you didn't do a terrible job, but yeah. Baru, what are you up to?
I think I'm just sitting, cleaning and sharpening my sword.
Okay.
And trying to check the people in the passenger cabin area.
There's quite a lot of
trying
them.
to see. Yeah,
there's
just like
probably over 100 people down there.
okay. I'll just like skim the crowd to try and see if there's any particularly dangerous people.
You pick out certainly a couple of them that some of them you can size up pretty easily as being like, yep, that person knows how to carry themselves. You know, that person might not know how to carry themselves, but look like somebody who's willing to do something. You know, you catch all sorts. But yeah, so you can kind of keep an eye on a few of the more dangerous looking ones.
Okay.
No one's
just like mentally
remotely close to trying anything on anybody yet, but
yeah.
I'm very quickly going to go grab some tablets and some.
Okay.
I'll be back.
You're good.
Okay.
So yeah, if nobody else is really doing much, eventually dinner is served, likely very slowly. But yes, there's bowls of chili that is provided out for those who wish.
Burn, baby, burn.
Yeah, it's quite spicy.
I think I'm trying to think. Being a dark elf, would I be used to spicy foods? I don't think so.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Honestly, you have free reign to roll with however you feel like your culture is going to be. So
we live on mushrooms, so
fair enough.
It's underground. I mean, what else are you gonna grow?
He lives on shrooms.
Pretty much. And you wonder why their society's messed up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay. So I'll be like struggling to eat I'll take one forkful and just be like.
Try Constitution.
Okay. Hey.
Actually, it might not taste very good, so maybe you still put it down, but you could struggle through it if you had to.
Okay, then I'll just like struggle through it.
Okay, very, probably very obviously like I don't like this, but I'm gonna keep eating it.
This is different.
Oh goodness.
All right, I think at that point I
Uh-huh.
grab a plate,
Uh-huh.
pour the chili on like mad, like a mad woman,
Okay.
and I take a seat next to Baru, and I'm just checking him out and seeing, okay, he's not really keen about this, and I say to him, if you're not so keen, I have nuts. You can have my portion. I mean, it's at least something.
You have nuts?
I do, but you can't have my nut-free nuts, peanuts. Yeah, those are mine.
How do you remove the nut from nuts?
Don't worry about it. That's for me to know. Okay, I've got my reasons. Do you want the nuts or not?
I don't trust sorcerers.
I don't trust.
Okay, I'm trying to like convince him that I'm a good person, but I kill people. I kill people for a living, but I'm actually a really good person.
I wouldn't say I'm a good person, but I also kill people for a living.
All right, how about this, okay? I'll eat a nut, and you can have the rest. Or do you want to go 50-50? Like, it's up to you. Otherwise, I'm going to sit and eat them.
Enjoy the nuts.
Cool. Get out a packet of nuts, drizzle it over, like, what's that meme about the guy that puts the salt with his hand, like, yeah,
The chef.
yeah, throwing
Salt
my
Bae?
nuts.
Yes.
Yeah. Throwing my nuts on my chili and I'm digging it.
Okay. Okay. So you've got some almonds in your chili there.
I'm just looking. I'm looking over it, and I'm seeing the almonds with the chili. I'm going, but there's nuts.
Yeah.
Where's the nut-free nut? And I'm just like mumbling to myself about the nut-free nuts. Very
Nut-free
confused.
nuts. Very confused. Yes.
And I'm just sitting like, chewy, crunchy.
Yeah, but so that kind of goes. As things go on, meals are on the ship. Nandini tries to placate multiple pallets across the board. It's difficult. She's in the kitchen basically 24/7 this way, but she tries to make sure that she has some less hot meals for the passengers who prefer that sort of thing.
Weaklings.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that's how she sees it, but she doesn't mind. She just wants to make sure people are happy. Doesn't matter if they have bad taste. So,
Man, I go away and I come back to a food discussion.
yeah, I know, right? But yes, so it's about 2 days in, and honestly, the boredom is absolutely setting in. Some of you may notice there is a card game getting going in one of the corners of the cargo hold. One of the passengers seems to have an old weathered deck of cards, and they're setting up to play.
Nice.
Is anyone looking to go on over and join in, or are you going to all pass?
I would like to join in, please.
Okay. Anyone else?
Sure.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna walk over and just spectate.
Spectate? Okay. So yeah, you all head on over. There's about 2 people at the start, but now you've made it into 4. So, one of the individuals, man who seems to own the deck of cards, introduced himself. Yes, Paul. He's a human, by the way. Quite rare in this campaign so far. But yes. So the other player is another human actually, but she's a member of the crew. Verona would recognize her as Flint. She is a she's got a bit of a slight build. Brown hair cut into, you know, fairly short. She wears a sword at her hip, and she certainly walks like she knows how to use it. But yeah, so Paul continues. We're just getting ready to set up a game of Elysian 5-card stud if you want to join.
Oh no.
Sure.
5-cut stud.
It's been a while since I played, but sure.
Yes, poker. Poker?
Okay.
Mm.
Do I have to build more trains now?
Yes.
Okay.
Is this just like the thing where Satisfactory it's just constantly build more trains? Is it just like pylons from StarCraft? Is that
Yes.
okay?
Yeah.
All right.
You must
Gotcha.
you must construct
Additional trains. Yes. Okay. So yeah. Anybody who's ansying in can ansy in. Basically, we would like to see a roll for the hand here. So you can use either bluff, sense motive. Both of those will be at a -2. Or you can use profession gambler.
Dang it! I knew I should have put points into that. Skills.
So, wait,
Bluff.
bluff or perception?
No, bluff or sense
Sense
motive.
motive.
Oh, sense motive.
Yeah.
YOLO.
Boom.
How much is the ante, by the way?
We'll start the ante. Say a silver. Don't need to go too high to start. It's a friendly game.
I mean, yeah, sure. I haven't played for a while, but sure.
Rules are
Being
fairly
a
simple.
card hustler.
And then
Actually, don't remember how much.
I'm
all right. Is everybody rolled? Who's playing? Okay.
Me.
Oh my. Yeah, it's a pretty good hand for the most part. 22 still getting the hang of playing Elysian 5-card stud.
Or just playing card games in general. But yes.
or just playing card games in general, yes.
What does this picture mean?
I like to think you actually show the person.
Yes, you're fluff.
I did. That's exactly what I did.
It's 4
No.
aces.
Oh
and a
gosh.
king.
Yeah,
No,
so
it's 5 aces.
5 aces. Oh gosh. Well, yeah, so Paul seems to clean up pretty handily on the first hand.
No.
Yeah. Well,
Paul knows
that was
what he's
certainly a
doing.
thing, yeah. Wow, I
Paul's
mean,
cheating.
I play quite a bit. Hey now. That's a very serious accusation. You don't just
I'm
throw that
sorry.
around.
Get your game on.
Oh no.
I'm just calling what I see.
Wow. All right, another hand?
Sure.
All right.
Would I be able to try and spot if Paul's like, or either one of them are like handling the cards funny? Like
Cheating.
Perception, yeah.
cheating, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, perception.
+10. Wow. Oh wow.
That's very good.
I also
So,
want to roll perception if I can.
sure.
Where is it?
It's under skills in the P section.
Okay. The per?
Yeah, it's under P.
I see people looking around. I'm like, oh, what's going on? I'm basically rolling perception as well.
Okay. Oh my goodness, you guys.
Wow. Oh.
Holy cow, guys. Okay.
Yes, we are a perceptionizing team.
I mean,
Finally.
Viper doesn't notice anything out of the ordinary. However, the players in the game, however, start to notice a particular pattern on the backs of the cards. They are very worn, and a lot of the cards are creased. But as you notice, the creases have a pattern, and it looks like the deck is actually a deck of marked cards.
Yes,
I'm
I have
gonna-
a quick question. So, why is there a pattern of these markings on these cards on both sides?
So wait, what? Oh, what? I mean, they're just old.
On both sides.
On both sides. I mean, they're old, right?
What's the other player's name?
Flint.
Flint.
Flint is the woman, and Paul is the man.
Yeah. I'm gonna turn to Flint and I'm gonna say, were you aware that these cards are marked?
Of course I wasn't aware of it. I'd never sit down to play with this. Checking language. She curses him out. There, boom.
Yeah.
And, no.
Interesting.
Look. Okay, look, fine. Okay. You got me. All right. I'll give everybody's money back. We cool?
Do you have another set of cards?
Unfortunately,
What?
I don't.
No. Bring your own cards at this point. You're falling into a trap. Why, yes, I've got this one. They look exactly the same.
No,
I'm
I
gonna-
really only have the one deck.
I'm gonna go ask some other passengers if they've got cards.
Okay. Let's.
Because I'm still gonna play with Paul.
Okay. Yes. Asking around long enough, you do find somebody with a deck of cards who is willing to loan it to you. Yeah.
Cool. I'll give him a silver.
Okay.
And I'll just go back to Paul and I'll deal this time and just carry
Okay.
on playing.
Okay. All right. Let's try another hand. Starting over.
Are we putting him out the same money again?
Yeah. I assume so.
Cool,
Unless
cool.
unless you guys are agreeing not to.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've just written down. Paul, the one who marked the cards, was nice enough to give us our money back. Plus
Yeah.
one short piece. Decided to immediately put it back in to play again.
Okay. All right. Round. Well, yeah. Starting over.
Fight. Wait.
Oh, since my
So that's their that's their roles for playing.
Oof.
Hey, at least it's better.
+3.
oof.
No.
Oh my gosh, you guys are gonna end up teaching Paul an object lesson that he actually never had to cheat in the first place. Yeah, so Paul takes the hand. He looks
terrible.
almost a little bit sheepish, pulling the money toward himself, having previously been caught out for cheating.
And now you won with legitimate means.
Yeah. First
Yeah.
What have you learned?
Then you don't need to cheat. Hopefully. We'll see. All right. Hand number
He
2.
writes this down in
Okay.
her diary.
Another one.
Oh my gosh!
Paul, really?
Stop it, Paul.
Ah!
Hey! Okay.
Nice. I can get there. There we go. Oh!
Oh! Can you two please roll off? So this is
Okay.
only between the two of you since you've tied.
Oh. No!
Oh, it's so close. It's so close. Okay, so it seems like the table is actually fairly even now that the advantage has sort of been removed, and yeah, you can kind of carry on playing for however long you like to play, and yeah. Okay.
I am
Mhm.
going to bow out now as I have lost 2 silver pieces and I know when I'm beat, but I had a lot of fun.
This is thrilling. I have never experienced this kind of excitement before.
Oh no, we've created a gambler.
Oh boy.
He starts getting addicted to gacha games. Wait, was that a bit too real?
Yep, I'm already there. I'm already there.
Oh goodness.
Twitch.
It's almost a good thing that the resin system was so bad. Anyway, yeah. So a few more days into the journey, and knowledge nature, please.
Ooh. Ooh.
Are you serious?
Bum, 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 bum,
Oh
bum,
no.
knowledge.
I'm just gonna base it
Nature?
on the fact that I don't know things about. Oh,
Hey, the druid lands the nature skill.
Yeah.
Yeah, so B reports fairly early that the weather is looking fantastic. Looks like it's going to be a great day for it. Which naturally leads into the fact that a storm comes out of nowhere.
Oh no.
Literal nowhere, and no one is really ready for this. And without warning, clouds coalesce overhead within a matter of minutes. Rain starts to pour, lightning starts, kind of crackling. Waves start to churn.
I have no idea what's happening. My Wi-Fi just
Oh no!
switched off, so I left and then I came
Okay.
back.
So,
the last
briefly-
thing I heard was
Uh-huh.
last thing I heard was playing cards.
Yes. So briefly, the man with the original deck of cards was a cheat. They discovered that the cards were marked. He returned all the money, and then Baru
Still
found
lost it.
another deck of cards,
Still
and then played pretty well after that. But it was still pretty even, and so everyone had a good time playing cards. Yes.
Oh, okay.
And now, a few days later, a sudden storm has arrived, and yeah, it's pretty bad. A cry goes up of "Man overboard!"
Oh no.
Oh no.
what?
Is anyone responding or leaving it to the professionals?
I
Yeah.
think personally I will leave it to the professionals.
I
don't think there's
couldn't-
much I can do.
I couldn't swim over a small stream.
Swimming is one way of
So-
trying to handle it.
I leave it. Oh, go
It's,
ahead.
I
It's
have to look at
daytime,
my
right?
skill.
Yes.
oh.
Sorry.
I leave it. I'm not paid enough, so
Okay.
looks like someone else's problems.
I mean,
I literally have a -1 in swimming.
Okay.
you know what? YOLO, I've got not to be messed up, I've got a +5 in swim. And I feel like she'd give it a good try.
Of course you will. Go B.
Well,
I'm only small, but I'm full of things.
you jump over the rail and splash into the water. It's rough and difficult going, but you're able to find well, hit me with perception.
Perception eyes.
Can I run up to the
With
deck?
my +9.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, Baru, you saying running up to the deck?
Oh, I was gonna say, can I run up to the deck and maybe try and help with perception? Trying to point out for B.
Well, it's more
Anything with,
like
like-
B's able to find the thrashing woman in the water, but so B is also able to catch a glance and realize that the woman appears to be either an elf or a half elf.
And then I'm
Basically,
like,
she
"Oh,"
catches a
and
pointy
swim
ear.
away.
And
What?
I don't.
no, she doesn't do that. But
Because she speaks French.
It just
yeah.
it just sounded like all I could do was identify her as an elf, and that was it.
No. No, you're able to buoy her in the water.
Yay!
It's difficult to do much more than that, but at least she's not in immediate threat of drowning.
Oh,
Someone throw them a line! Many of the sailors
Throw
are
them a line.
currently busy
threw
trying to
them
keep
a
the...
line.
Okay. Make a dex roll, please. Or actually, ranged attack. If you just have a generic ranged attack.
What would that be under? I think I want to help Verona.
It's be under attacks. If you have the attack button dragged out, you should be able to click it and then just click arranged.
Oh.
Next to defenses now.
Yeah, nope, that's close enough. Like, okay, there we go. Yeah, between the two of you, you're able to sort of cast a line out into the water, and it's near enough that the woman and Bee can sort of grab back onto it. So, who's doing what now? You've got people on the boat holding line, and you got people in the water holding line.
We pull them in.
Okay,
Yeah,
give me a
just yelling,
strength. Give me a strength check, ladies.
Okay.
Oh, Viper.
I'm low-key like, I don't want to do any of the work, because if I break a nail, where am I going to fix it?
Oh my goodness. Okay. Verona thankfully has this. So she just one hand at a time pulls the two women out of the water and up onto the thrashing, rocking deck. Yeah, and you're able to get them both fully soaked back below decks. And the woman says to Bee, she's like, "Oh, thanks. That was pretty intense. Can't believe you just jumped over the side like that."
Wait, to me?
Yes, to you.
Oh no, you seem pretty cool. I'd like to try and help. She's like struggling, not struggling to breathe, but you know, like sort of thing.
Yeah. I'm Kai, by the way.
Hi, I'm Bee.
And I suddenly realized, oh right,
And I'm
Kai.
just standing there like, ugh, and I just walk away. As soon as, after B says her name, I'm just like, ugh.
Kai River Thrush. Yeah, I'm a bard, and I was just out on deck, just kind of taking in the scenery, trying to hopefully to make this into something of a story. I didn't mean to be the story particularly, but there we go.
Oh my goodness. I like you already.
Is it like looking in a mirror?
I can see why Joe's character walked away, because she's just like, there's two of them.
I've been through dark stuff, guys. I ain't built for the happiness.
I ain't built for that happiness. Well, speaking of dark stuff, so the storm rages outside, and people are trying to get the two women sort of dried off a bit, but there's a horrible lurch and a sound of straining of timbers, and then that gives way to a cracking sound. And I need everyone to give me a reflex saving throw.
Oof.
Okay, where would that be under?
Defenses.
Oh, defenses.
Oh no.
Okay. So anybody 12 or over, you take half of this damage. Anyone under takes the full 6.
B and I.
Okay.
6 damage.
Oh, and Verona.
Yes.
Hi, Verona. Sorry.
Yep.
By the very sickness of all the woman.
Mhm.
Tell me about it.
Well, you know.
Be right back.
Where's
Yeah, and we're gonna go ahead and I mean it's a little bit shorter actually than I thought we would go, but I'm happy with it. I think we're good. We're gonna go ahead and kind of close scene here, and we can pick it up.
And
We can go ahead and pick it up on the other side. Next session, you all can gain another 400 experience for your tasks on board the boat.
what should we be up to?
You should. This is the problem of Jay being AFK during experience.
Oh,
I think you were at 3,700, so you should be
Okay.
at 4,100. But
okay, 41. Thank you.
yeah, that sounds correct. We'll
Oh,
double check
no,
it.
41,000.
We'll double check.
Down to 20.
4,100. We'll double check when Jay gets back. But I'm gonna go ahead and stop the recording. So we will see y'all on the podcast next time.